American dogs are more for the show. We do not like the show dogs, we like the working dogs. The reason why we use German Shepherds over any other breed. Dobermans can't stand the cold unless they're raised up in the cold. Rottweilers can't stand the heat unless they're raised up in the heat. Our weather changes all year round. It can be 90 out today. It can be 30 below tomorrow. So German Shepherds can adapt to any type of the weather. First thing we do when we get to Germany, we look for a dog anywhere from the age of 12 months to 18 months. We don't want no dog any younger, no dog any older. Next thing we do is we x-ray their hips. Most common thing in German Shepherds, they have bad hips. So we want to make sure this dog has excellent hips before they become a police dog. We also look for their personality and anything else on the dog. Why do we look for that on a dog? Because we pay anywhere from $2,500 to $6,500 for a non-trained dog. That price just includes the dog, doesn't include any training he has to go through, the squad car that's behind him he has to get equipped to, or anything else he needs. Usually when it's said and done, it's a little over $11,000 for a police dog. Once we pay for the dog, we ship the dog all the way from Germany to our kennel in Grays Lake. Once this dog gets to us in Grays Lake, this dog goes through 3 months of pre-training. Pre-training is where myself and other canine trainers at the kennel start training this dog in his obedience. If you do not have an obedient dog, you do not have a police dog. Also during the first 3 months of pre-training, if this dog comes aggressive with any kids, he does not become a police dog. After those 3 months of pre-training, this dog's not going to like anyone except for the officer, his immediate family, immediate friends. Also during the first 3 months of pre-training, you notice that the officer is going to be playing with a toy during this whole demo. If the dog does not play with this toy during the first 3 months of pre-training, he does not become a police dog. That's his reward for doing anything good. We don't give our dogs treats because we don't want them to rely on food while they're working. After his 3 months of pre-training is over, that's where Officer Rydz comes in, meets his dog for the very first time. When he meets his dog, we tell him take your dog home, take it to the neighborhood, take it to the police department, let everybody pet Gunnar. After that first day, we do not allow anyone to pet our dogs. Reason why? If I let everybody here after this demo come up and pet Gunnar, then he got called to go look for a bad person, how does the dog know the good person from the bad person? So we're still the only kennel that believes in people not to pet the police dogs. The only time you're allowed to pet this dog, if you come over to the officer's house, that's the only time you're allowed to pet him. But while he's working, we don't let anybody touch him.
Where do you live?
In a house.
Right over there.
After he meets his partner, him and his partner go through another 8-week course. During the 8-week course, the dog already knows a lot of his stuff. We have to train a handler to train his dog now. So some of the things that this dog knows that I can't show you today is going to be the tracking, area search, article search, cadaver, and builder searches. And I'm going to tell you guys a little about those. What's tracking? Everybody's got skin particles called RAS. Everybody's got their own smell to them. This is what the dog's smelling for. He's smelling for those skin particles. So the first thing this officer's going to do when he gets to the scene, he's going to ask for the last point to see the person, and Gunnar can pick up a track from that spot. If he has an article to smell, like a hat or a shirt or anything, he can smell that article and pick up that scent only. This dog will track all the way until he finds the person or until he loses the scent. What I mean by that, let's say a person had a car down the road, they jumped in the car and they drove away. Gunnar will track all the way to that where that person got in the car. How's the officer going to know? His dog's going to lie down at the end. Then that lets him know that the track stops there. And then he's going to pull his toy out and play with his dog all the way back to the squad car. A lot of people want to know how Gunnar knows if he's looking for a good person or a bad person. If he's out there looking for a lost kid or a lost grown-up, he's going to put a tracking harness on his dog, and that lets the dog know he's looking for a good person. Now if he's out there looking for somebody that's committed a robbery, he's going to put on a big thick collar called his bite collar, and he's probably going to go to the scene lights and sirens. And that let Gunnar know he's going to bite somebody. Area search, let's say the person just robbed the bank, they ran into the woods. The officers know the person's in that woods, but they don't know what part of the woods they're in. He's going to start an area search. He's going to find which way the wind's blowing. He'll make sure the wind's blowing in the dog's face. Reason why? The harder you run, the harder you sweat, easier for this dog to find you. So if you think they're going to sit out in that field and not sweat, I guarantee when you hear Gunnar start barking, you're going to start sweating. So what he'll do, he'll make his 3 announcements. He'll say this is the Round Lake Beach Police K9 unit. At that time, this dog's going to be barking real loud. It's going to make the person do 2 things. It's going to make the person run and get caught for the officers waiting for him, or it's going to make the person hide. When they hide, what are they doing? They're leaving scent. Easier for this dog to find it. So So after he's done making his 3 announcements, he's going to do a zigzag back and forth through that field. I guarantee this dog can find you in 30 seconds or less. Depends how big your field is and how strong your wind is. When this dog finds you, this dog will bite you. So we always rather the person to give up before these dogs bite somebody. Articles, anything you can touch, this dog can find. Anything from paper, plastic, metal to wood to cloth. Anything you can leave your scent on, Gunnar can find it. Majority of our dogs are trained in cadaver. Let's say somebody's swimming in the water, they go down, nobody's seen them for hours. Our dogs can smell out the top of the water and find somebody down at the bottom. What happens, the oil from your body rises to the top of the water, easier for the dogs to find you. Our dogs can do land and water. The dog you see here today is a male. We prefer males over females. The only reason why is when a female's searching a building, if the female can't get to the person, she'll bark for a few minutes and then come back and look for their handler. That's very dangerous because that person can move to a different room. Male dogs, once they're cut off leash, all they want to do is find the person. When Gunnar finds a person and the person's behind the door, he will sit there, bark, scratch, dig, bite, try to do anything he can do to get to that person. That's where Officer Rydz will come up to his side, praise his dog to find the person. He's going to get a person 3 warnings again to come out of that room. If they don't come out in the 3 warnings, he's going to send the dog in, and I guarantee the dog's going to bring you out. This dog goes home with the officer every single night. Technically, this dog belongs to the Round Lake Beach Police Department, so if they want to take the dog, they can take the dog. The only thing is, he gets a free dog and a free partner. If the officer retires tomorrow, his dog retires tomorrow. Then it becomes a household dog at home. The dog you also see here today is a black and tan. There's 4 different colors of German Shepherds. There's black and tan, there's all black, there's all white, and there's sable. Does anybody know which color we do not use as a police dog? Yell it out. White. No, we use sable. Who said white? Why? You know the reason why? Easier to see? It's easier to see. Majority of our officers work at nighttime. We don't want a white dog out there in the middle of the woods. Easier for the bad person to see the dog. We train our dogs not to listen to anyone, not to take food from anyone, and to lie down when they hear gunfire. In the past, we used to get our dogs aggressive when they hear gunfire, but once again, that will only give the spot away where the officer is. That officer comes forward, the officer has to return gunfire. We don't want the dog to be pulling on the end of the leash. All of our dogs are equipped with bulletproof vests. They're bulletproof as well as stab-proof. So if somebody tries to shoot or stab his dog and he has his vest on, he's going to protect his vital organs. This is his vest right here. These vests are actually better than the vest the officers wear. And they're all donated, so they don't have to pay for them. All right, anybody got a dog at home? Anybody got good obedience on their dog? On leash, off leash, hand sales. All right, whose dog can walk down the street without a leash on with a rabbit running right past him, he'll stay by your side. All right, one thing with these dogs, they're trained not to pay attention to any other animals. Does not include animals at home. So if another animal will come up to Officer Rydz and his partner, he can do anything he has to get rid of another dog. That means if he has to pepper spray him or tase him, if it has to come down to it, they can actually shoot another animal. These dogs cost way too much to get injured, and that's the last thing they're going to want him to do. All right, we're going to show you a little obedience. He's going to walk forward, make his dog heel. He shot first. All right, he's going to walk forward, make him heel. Heel just for me to walk by his side, his left side. He'll do a bow turn. He'll stop, make him sit. The dog's trained on the officer's left side because what's on his right side? His gun. He has to have freaking out of his weapon at all times. Wherever this officer stands, his dog will always come back to his left side. So if you tell him sit stay, take 2 steps to the right, tell his dog to heel, he'll come right back to his left side. If you tell him sit stay again, take 2 steps in front of him, and tells his dog to heel, he'll come right back to his left side. If he tells him sit stay one more time, step over his dog, and tells his dog to heel, he'll come right back to that left side. So this officer knows where his partner is at all times. He'll walk forward, make him heel. He'll do a left about, watch how the dog spins with him. He'll stop, make him sit. Now all of our dogs know hand signals. How you teach a dog a hand signal? He's going to tell his dog to sit stay. He's going to walk in front of him. He's going to give him a hand and voice to down. He's going to walk back around him, praise him for listening. He'll walk forward, make him heel. He'll do another bow turn. He'll stop, make him sit. This time he'll down him. He'll walk in front of him. Now he's going to give his dog a hand and voice to raise him. Now he's going to call him with a hand and voice to make him sit in front of him. And finish him with a hand and voice. So this is how you teach a dog how to listen to hand signals. He's going to walk forward, make him heel. As good as our dogs begin on leash, they have to begin off leash. He'll take the leash off, he'll walk forward. He'll do a bow turn. He can down him while he's walking. He can call him while he's walking. He'll do another bow turn. This time he'll stop, make him sit. Now where do our hand signals come in? Let's say he has to search a building because they found an open door and he don't want the people inside to know where he is. All he's got to do is lower his dog with just a hand, raise him with just a hand, call him with just a hand, and finish him with just a hand. So we do not have to talk to our dogs to get them to listen. He'll walk forward, make him heel. He'll stop, make him sit. He'll put his leash back on. Now if the officer walks backwards, his dog walks backwards.
Out! Out! Yeah! All right, give up! Call the ball! Stop, off. Gunnar. Out. Here! Let's give him a big hand off here. Not too bad. Oh, no, that's a dog. I'm not crazy. How you doing? What for? Stay. Okay, I won't. All right, have a good day. Thank you. You gotta go back, praise him for staying. This time when he comes up, you watch what happens. How you doing, officer? Oh, no. Oh, that's a dog. I'm not that fair. Downstairs. Downstairs. What did I do wrong? Downstairs.
Watch your feet. Watch be careful with these dogs. Man, take a picture.
Out! Out! Okay, come up!